Welcome to the night where we light up the spark. We're trading crypto, finance, you'll be mad on the charts. Hosted by the one, Lunar Beaches top shark. Dive deep into the numbers cause this ain't no lark. We're crunching all the data, making money moves fast. From Wall Street to the blockchain, making predictions last. Community together in this financial blast. Markets after dollar shatter ceilings made of glass. Mad on the charts with Lunar's bright lights. Crypto markets soaring through the night. Follow the trends, see future in sight. It's markets after dark, the financial flight. From Bitcoin to Ethereum, we're mapping the road. Stock tips and insights, secrets ready to unload. Trading strategies, sharp on knowledge be showed. Let Lunar Beaches guide you to the mother lode.
Welcome to Markets After Dark, where we go mad on the charts. I'm Lunar Beaches Crypto, coming to you live right here on the Piper Academy Network, Sunday through Thursday night, 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, unless I'm having to dodge tornadoes like I did last night. Showing dropped frames. I did a whole bunch of setting changes prior to the stream, and it should have freed up some space, and it looks like it did. CPU's only at 47%, so maybe it's just the internet. But anyways, guys, how you doing? Long time no see. Been a couple days, couple nights, but we're back. Where is everybody? Upload well over 100 megabits per second. I mean, this is way better than it was. So that should be plenty for my stream. So I'm not sure why it would be dropping frames, because everything should be fine. CPU's not bottlenecking anymore. Internet's fine. It's got to be on YouTube's end then. I don't know. Don't know. Where is everybody? Everybody, did you get scared? Did everybody get scared? Is that what happened? Is the stream bad? Oh, is the stream like way behind? Is that how I get better quality? Is because the stream is way behind? Oh man, chat's gonna be fun. Concurrent viewers for, let's share this out. I already shared it on Twitter, but let's try to get some more folks in here. Paste here. There we go. I'm live. All right. General chat. Here we go. There we go. At everyone. There we go. Piper Academy. General chat. Hello, hello. Paste. All right. Well, I'm everywhere. Everywhere and nowhere all at once. What's going on, guys? Got some dumpage in the markets. You know, Trump tariffs have spooked the markets. We're going to get into what we think could be in store for us. Could be some more downside. Probably going to be the case. But there is like one bullish scenario. We just gotta let's just go over to well, first, before we do anything, I usually say hello to all the beautiful people, but nobody's chatting or my thing's not updating. Nobody's chatting. Okay, there's only 4 people watching. Where is everybody? Thank you, Alexandra G, for showing up as always and being here. Thank you. I appreciate you. Let's go ahead and just go to the charts. If people want to miss out, they can miss out. That's fine with me. Maybe they saw my tweet. I still call it a tweet. I don't care because everybody knows what I'm saying. Everybody saw my tweet. I got a few likes on my tweet from last night saying that I wasn't going to be live last night due to the storms, and people were liking it late in the afternoon today, even just like a couple of hours ago. And then I don't know. It's like maybe they thought that I was meant for tonight. That's okay. I can stream to no one and be perfectly happy because eventually someone's gonna watch it. All right, guys. So pulling a fib from the range low to the range high, still sitting above that 50% retracement level. We at about 79. That's coming in at about $79,432 for 433 per the Bybit perpetual chart. We do have some equal lows in here at about $81,200. And yep, I mean across the board here, just some. Are we back? Are we back? Please let me know if we are back. Off and on. That's so weird. That's so weird. I don't understand. Anyways, maybe I'll just off and on. Yes? Okay. So we are back. I mean, obviously, I just looked on the YouTube on. Let's turn my Wi-Fi off on my phone. I don't know if that'll help. I mean, it's like I said, like over 100 megabits per second upload speed, which should be plenty for the stream. So I have no idea why it's messing up. So, but anyways, hit a take profit 3 on, but not a take on the Market Oracle Pro. Check out Chart Prime. We get 45% off your first month. Take profit 3, no take profit 4 yet. Take profit 3 was right here. So we'll see if we get a take profit for sometime soon. Let's take a. We do have some potential support. Much better now. That's good. Port here at 3,000, essentially $3,000, $3,031 sitting here. On gold, so could definitely see a move down here, but we did get a nice push back up after the drop yesterday, and just a little bit more downside so far today. We are getting a little bit of a bump here, but we could see this start to push down even lower, but then we'll have to see what gold does from there, because if it comes down and pushes and then bounces, then obviously we are still in a more risk off environment as people flee to gold. So that would mean risk off for speculative assets, equities, crypto. Means more downside potentially for our equities in crypto. Still, this is pretty much, I wouldn't say my line in the sand, but this low right here, I think, needs to hold in order for us to see any kind of bullish push out of here. I'm not sure what the catalyst would be other than countries just start saying, I said it Wednesday night, the countries just start saying, we start getting some deals made, basically, right? Other countries start being like, okay, we'll negotiate lowering our tariffs on you. We get, and just one by one, country after country, because you got to think, how many countries I think we tariffed every country in the world just about. There were 60 like extreme ones. I forget what they called it. But glad to see you didn't get tornadoed. Me too, man. My brother actually lives in northern Mississippi, and he had to flee his home last night because there was a mile wide, at least radar indicated tornado that was heading straight towards him. So he packed the car up with the wife and kids and drove north away from that storm. His house is okay. He's still fine. Everything's good. The dirty 60. That's what it was. The dirty 60. Oh, man. What's going on, Army Piper? You're up late, old man, but happy to see you, as always. It's always good to have the Army Piper here with us. Always, always, always. So we've got these relatively equal highs, relatively equal lows. Relatively is relative to the price on a daily, 4-hour to daily time frame. If you're gonna consider relatively equal lows, relatively equal highs, then they need to be between about 150 to or $250 to $500 difference in the price. If it exceeds $500, then it's probably not a relatively equal high. The lower the time frames, the lower the spread. So, in bed, you are on my night show. I wish I was chasing those naders, says R.S. Miller. What's going on, R.S. Miller? Yeah, I mean, I would much rather chase tornadoes than be in their path. I'd rather be the one chasing them and them not chasing me, But we did have Arkansas, which is to my west, directly to my west. I was just looking like less like an hour to 2 hours away were just tornado after tornado after tornado. There was a whole outbreak yesterday. Luckily, in a lot of relatively low, all you are top tier bestest. Oh, Indie Rock Crypto, what's going on, man? You're top tier bestest. Asbestest. What was I saying? There were 9 tornado warnings going off at once last night at one point, which is pretty incredible. Kind of scary. My stepmom was directly in the path of one of them, but she's okay. Everyone's fine, and luckily they were in the tornadoes that did drop were in pretty unpopulated areas. I think I only saw one fatality. I mean, you hate to lose even just one, but when you consider the type of outbreak that we had yesterday, that is, it's better than it could have been, I guess. Better than it could have been, but I'm bully AF, amp crazy pop. Oh boy. Oh boy. We're bullish AF, huh? We'll see. We'll see. The macroeconomics don't like it. The stock market doesn't like it. But the chart says maybe. That's about it. I mean, we're still stuck in this range. As long as we're stuck in this range, let's get rid of this so we can see the range a little better. As long as we're stuck in this range, I mean, there's really no, are we bullish? Are we bearish? We're just meh. We're just crab. We're just crab walking. All right. We're not crip walking, but we're crab walking. Okay. Crip walking is something that we do in Memphis. I say we, but you know, we Memphis walk. I don't know what you're talking about. Did they cross Mississippi? There was, I think there might have been a tornado in Mississippi. Not really sure. If there was, it was. I know there. Oh no, there wasn't. Grand. Wait, it's Grand Junction. Grand Junction is Tennessee. There was one in Grand Junction. I think that's the one that had the one fatality. But yeah. So this or I can't just flip this. This or this is. But what I'm thinking right now, guys, let's go to the 4-hour. This is kind of what I'm leaning on at the moment, leaning towards at the moment is we have this inversion fair value gap, which is when you create a fair value gap like we did over here between these 3 green candles. So from wick to wick, and then the space between, there's your fair value gap. But when you blow right through it on the next candle or next few candles, and you just blow right through it instead of bounce off of it, using it as a support area or resistance if this was upside down, then this fair value gap over here becomes an inversion fair value gap. And we also created this fair value gap on the downside here. So lots of confluence building in this box. We also have a breaker. It's more of a, well, I guess it is kind of, consider this a breaker block, but it's a breaker block is just an order block that gets broken. So essentially, that's what happened here. This was an order block, last low down close candle before a push up, breaking a high, closing above a high, gives you an order block. And we broke straight through that. We came back up straight up to that order block and back tested it and dropped again. So obviously these levels work, and understanding order blocks can really help your trading go a long way. You're understanding what? Oh, that's why. Duh. So yeah, I'm kind of thinking that we can get up into this inversion fair value gap, pull high to low fib. We do have a golden pocket right in that inversion fair value gap, but we also have the dynamic reactor resting right above the 50% retracement. So what I'll be looking for is if we are to get a move up into this area, I want to see at least a break above the 50. I at least want to see that. Okay, but if we don't get that, I mean, that's fine. It's fine too. If we just come into the order block, the first thing I'm going to look for is, do we get a 15-minute close? Because we're on the 4-hour, so the 15 minutes going to be our entry candle. But if we get a 15-minute close above the midpoint of this order block, then I would expect it to continue to push and at least above the 50% retracement. Then what I'll do from there is once it gets into the order block, I'm going to drop down to the lower time frames and just look for a market structure shift. And then, but I would prefer it, more probability of it playing out is if we get above that 50% retracement, get into premium, and hopefully get into this inversion fair value gap before we then look for the market structure shift. So get a little pop above, dynamic reactor comes across, we get moving, get above that 50% retracement. Then once we get up here, that's when I'll look for, a shift in market structure, break the low, we get a retrace, and then we roll on over to the downside. And we come back down and take out these equal lows in here. So that's kind of what I'm looking for the next day or two. Maybe Friday we get the move up, and sometime during New York session we get the market structure shift and then the push to the downside. This would be right about 10, 11 p.m. We do have ADP data coming out tomorrow that could be what helps fuel price action and fuel that volatility that we all crave and need as intraday scalpers, like I like to do. I'm more intraday scalp than I am a swing trader or anything like that. So LBC is an order block just where people place long shorts. I struggle to understand if an order block retraces or accelerates a trend. An order block can do both. An order block can either be at a swing level or it can be a continuation block. There's also manipulation blocks. So there's different types of order blocks. But the simplest and the simplest one to understand is the last. If you are in a down move like this, it is going to be the last down candle from the high to the low. It's going to be the last down candle before you get the push up and break a high. Okay, that is going to be, it's a swing level. So meaning we push up, come back down to it, and you see we come back down to the order block and we get a push to the upside. Because what makes an order block even stronger is if you see that strong push coming out of it. You get what's called displacement or an impulse, a quick energetic move. You've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 straight green candles that are mostly, pretty long in size. Not so much this one, but this one, 4 out of the 6 are pretty big candles, right? They're engulfing all of this, all of these highs over here. So that's going to make this a pretty strong order block. So we can go ahead and mark that off. We'll pull it across. And then once you come over to it, what I do is I would just set stop loss just below the low and then aim for these equal highs in here. And we actually don't take out the equal highs until a little bit later, but that's fine. We can do that's only a 2-to-1 trade, so manage your risk properly when you're trading anything. Trading anything anyway. Now, high, last up candle before we come down, take out a low. Okay, come down, take out this low. Last up candle, come up to it, reject. Relatively equal lows, swept. Okay? So you go from order block, you create the order block, you get the push up, you see the big push to that order block to get that liquidity. You get the bounce, but then you get weakness. If you don't get continuation like this, not just like this, but like this and a little bit of a pullback and then continue higher, then, and if instead you're getting crap like this and you come up into that order block, reject from it, retrace, and then break these lows, and then you have equal lows below you, watch out. And that's where you go. You get one last push off of the order block, taking up the rest of the orders that were in there, and then we drop to the downside. So, is an order block just where people place longs and shorts? I struggle to understand if an order block retraces or accelerates a trend. Okay, also, you do get, let me see if I can find one that's pretty clean. You do get continuation blocks, so order blocks. So lowest down candle, okay? So if you get this pop up here, you break these highs with a bullish engulfing candle, okay? That's key. You've got to have the bullish engulfing candles. And the fact that you get back to back, taking out all of these lows, that's a good thing. Then, and we could actually, I mean, you could have picked the actual last candle, but to give yourself some breathing room, you want to go for the lowest candle, the one that put in the biggest low and has the widest range in here. Why are we picking this candle specifically? The reason why, and we just give them names like order blocks, but so that we understand what's going on in here, okay? It's a block of orders. Just think of it that way. If we have long lower wick pushing to the upside and kind of creating a little bit of a, I forget what this is called, a shooting star, doji, I'm not really sure. But either way, doesn't really matter. What matters is the fact that we have this long wick, okay? Because this is showing buyers are stepping in. So you just have to understand that what the candles are telling you. Okay, the candles are saying, okay, we pushed down, we took out this low to grab liquidity, we held the low, and then we pushed to the upside and broke this high. Market pushes up, breaking probably some, coming into something. I mean, there's a fair value gap, comes up, sweeps into the fair value gap, pushes down into the order block, and then pushes back up to take out this high. And this becomes a continuation order block because we were already in an uptrend and we pulled back down to it after bullishly breaking it with an engulfing candle. Key. We come up into a high time frame. There's probably a higher time frame liquidity pull in here, and then we pull back. We don't close below the middle line. I mean, by the time we get up to here, I mean, we should already be in the trade if we're in this box. Let's go ahead and go down to the 1 minute. Oh, no, we're not here. We are. Crypto Princess. What's going on, Crypto Princess? Kasim. Boopity boo, boopity boo. Booty boop 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 booty boop boo. There it is. All right. All right, so yeah, the 1 minute doesn't even close below that midway point. And then from here we can see, all right, so this is the high time frame order block, okay? We've come into it. We got a bullish break above all of these highs. And then we pull back into a fair value gap. But also, perhaps more importantly, this last high before this move down, which is an order block, overlapping fair value gaps, becomes a pretty strong support level. Remember, this is a 1 minute chart. So for me, I'm trading this high leverage, low margin, tight 3-to-1 move. Right there. I want to put my stop just below the order block. And then I want to give myself a 3-to-1. There you go. And that's on a 100x, that's a 40% move. On a 50x, that's a 20% move. On a 25x, that's a 10% move. Wait, is that right? 100x is a 40% move. 50x is a 20% move. 25x is a 10% move. 13.5x would be a 5% move. But you get the point. But setting up the 3-to-1 and just going off of that is probably the best thing any new trader can do, is to just have a fixed RR. And even if you're not new to trading, just sticking to a fixed risk to reward over time, that's just gonna play out for you, in my opinion. First live stream on Monday for the Crypto Princess. So here, last down candle before this move up. Where does price come back to? That last down candle before the move up, and it pushes higher. So when you're getting moves like this, where you get a push up, you break highs, you pull back to order block, you push up, you break highs, you pull back to order block. This is what's called bullish order flow. And then here we actually come down and we close below this low over here. So now we're starting to get a change in the state of delivery. So which is just a change in the way that the market is delivering price. So the algorithm is delivering price, algorithms. And we're starting to see more bearish order flow come in here. It gives us one last push to the high. One last push. I'm kind of forgetting where I am right now. There's that last push. But you can already start to see that the market is just starting to, trade lower. And this just boop, 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 boop. Lower and lower and lower and lower. Come up, sweep the highs, and then lower and lower, lower, sweep the lows. And then come back up and then sweep the highs and then start to roll over. And then come right back up. Man, this was a choppy day, huh? Would not have wanted to be trading on that day. Actually, I probably was trading on this day. So we did have these relatively equal highs, or lows rather, sorry. Boom. Would have been a nice area to look for a short exit, or look for a shift in market structure. Break up. Continuation order block. Back to the upside. Bang, bang, gang, gang. Yeah. Me messing this up a little bit because you know, you've got to have everything in context with the higher time frame. So once I drop down to lower than that 15-minute, I should have had some 15-minute time frames marked off, or key levels marked off at least, and that would have helped out a lot. But that's okay. That's okay. We can see we got this big rejection block. Let's see, another type of block. You got breaker blocks, rejection blocks, manipulation blocks, all the blocks. Okay, because I mean it's the blockchain, so we've got to have the blocks, right? I mean, has nothing to do with blockchain, but that's a nice clean resistance area there. It's just playing on this last up candle. Now this one's not green, but it does have a big wick. If it's got a big wick, I kind of want to use it, you know what I mean? We like to use our big wicks. They become resistances and supports. All the time. Big wicks become resistances and supports all the time. Pop out, come back to it. Now this one didn't break a high, so I wouldn't take the trade. But if we stretch this over far enough, we come back, just barely tag it, and then go. Watch those wicks, okay? This is on the 15-minute. Watch those wicks. Big wick, tag it, drop, tag it again, drop. More, just downside. Downside, downside, downside. Now we do get some big wicks over here that don't play out. But remember, with proper risk management, we can lose some trades because our winners are going to outweigh our losers over time. This level clearly was a nice level for us to retrace to and pump from, even though we did put in these lows lower. It happens. So you missed the one trade, but you can get in on the next one. Potentially. Theoretically speaking, what did this come back to? This came back to a fair value gap. And all I'm looking for is just for a market structure shift on the lower time frames. So market structure shift is just, if you're moving to the downside, it's a break above a high, pull back and continuation. If you're moving to the upside, it's a break below a low, if the last low, and a retrace and continuation. There's your market structure shift. It's a shift in the market structure because you're coming down, and then you're starting to move back to the upside. So you shift the market structure, and price likes to come back down into the level that you broke and then continue to the upside. Or in the case of a downtrend, come down, come up. Oh, I just did that. in an uptrend, come up, break a low, come back into order block, double points or more confluence if in this leg here you get a fair value gap. Okay. You get an order block, a fair value gap within that order block, or even a breaker block over here. Confluence, 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 that this thing is probably more often than not going to sell off and you're going to go lower. Not every time. I would say most of the time, which means over time, even if you are to lose some trades, you're going to win out. Okay, you're going to be profitable. Good stuff on the order blocks. Thank you. So now, knowing everything that we've gone over, let's zoom it on out to that 4 hour again. So we've got this breaker, which I'm not even sure is a breaker. I'm gonna have to look at my material, because if it doesn't break this low, no, it still should be a breaker. Pretty sure that's a breaker, but that's a breaker within a fair value gap. So that's why I was saying earlier that, you know, even just getting into here and then on the lower time frames getting that, you know, market structure shift, that's what I'll be looking for. That's what I'm always looking for, is when we get into key levels, when we break lows like this, okay, we create fair value gap. We have an inversion fair value gap up here. We have this breaker block right here, or it's just an order block. And we got this space in between that's this fair value gap. This is on the 4 hour. So I'm going to drop to the 15-minute. Once price starts getting into these areas, and I'm going to look for that market structure shift. I'm going to look for that price. We're on the 15-minute now. I'm going to look for that price to come up. Once it starts getting into this area, now it's not just any low that gets taken out. You've got to have a displacement. Okay, it's got to be a strong move. You've got to have a close below the low. Or in the case of a bullish market structure shift, you want this close to be above this high. Okay, so you want an engulfing candle. If this is to be bearish, you want this candle to engulf this low, meaning close below the low. If you're looking for the market structure shift, if it just wicks, it doesn't count. If it just wicks below the low, that doesn't count. Okay, so keep that in mind. So as price is moving to the upside, you look for that break, especially at key levels like such. And then you look for the pullback to that order block, that fair value gap, that inversion fair value gap, whatever it is that you want to enter on. And bonus points if there's more than one, then you just either do a fixed RR, or you can take profit at the first low. Once you break and close below that one, if you entered here, you put your stop loss just above the high or just above a fair value gap, the highest point of interest in this move, whatever that is. If it's an order block, then you put the stop loss just above that. Once it breaks this low, the first low, I'm shifting I'm taking a little bit off the table. Maybe sometimes I just like to cover fees because I think the move is probably going to be pretty strong. Or I'll take 50% out because we are more high time frame bullish and we could just be seeing a retracement back to levels before we continue higher. So what I'll do is I'll just take some off the table here and then shift my stop loss to my entry. So come up here, break the low. Okay. Stop loss gets smacked to entry. I've taken some profit. So that way, if price decides to run back to the upside and takes me out, I've already taken money off the table. So I've already made profits and I don't lose any money. And that's the key thing. That is risk management. It's not losing capital. As much, try not to lose capital. Why can't I? Try not to lose capital as much as possible. That's why I was trying to say possible and capital at the same time. So, but if you do get that close below here and it's in a strong move, most of the time, even if you do get some kind of pullback, it's going to continue lower, especially if like this move right here created some lower lows, then I would definitely be aiming for those lower lows. Lower lows and lower highs equal lows and equal highs love to be taken out. These are almost relatively equal, so I would kind of expect, that's why I'm expecting price to come up and just take out these highs. We do have a 15-minute fair value gap up in here. Breaker block all the way up here. Not sure if that would play or not. Another breaker here. So main thing is once we get into these levels, just looking for that market structure shift. And that's it. That's it. That's all I'm looking for. Also, bonus points if it's a key levels, and we can turn on some of these key levels. Like, so we have our previous week midpoint sitting up here. So that is going to be, could be a key level up there. We've got the Monday high sitting up here, which could be, all we got to do is sweep the Monday high and then move lower. Or we could even come to the previous month midpoint all the way up here at 85,790. So the key to these levels is to look for a wick for a liquidity grab. And then you look for the price to shift lower and take out a low. You look for the liquidity grab and the push lower. So if that's what I'm getting and it's happening at a key level and I'm getting that shift in market structure at that key level, I'm taking that trade every time. I'm taking a trade every time. That is my bread and butter. That is what I'm trading every single time. I trade the reversals better than I trade anything else personally. So, but yeah. I mean, you say let's get back to 86,000, but I think this is all going to be engineered liquidity to the upside, which means it's a false move, and we just come down and run all the stops. That's kind of what I'm thinking. Come down, sweep the lows, but not take out this low at 76,000. We can come down and sweep these lows just fine. Come down to this high time frame order block. I'm just going to take just this last little move here. Come down in here, and then that's just going to be your demand. So this has to hold. and then we can shift up. Okay, if we shift up, break bullishly, get a nice bullish engulfing candle, engulfing the high over here, closing above that high, and then we could chop about for a whole week even before it decides to actually move to the upside. But that's what I'm looking for your bullishness. Okay, if we are going to be bullish, you can get your bearish takes from Piper in the morning. You get your bullish takes from me in the evening. So you know, the macro stuff doesn't look good, but markets can be irrational. And they can be irrational for just a short period of time even, right? We could see price action. We could see Bitcoin just explode for just like 1 month, break out into new all-time highs, and then just epically collapse, which is kind of what I'm hoping for and leaning towards. But hey, you never know what could happen. If we break that 76,592 though and close below it, I really don't even want to break it, but a close below it on the daily chart would pretty much say we're going lower. Maybe much lower. So let's hope that doesn't happen. Let's hope that this isn't just a dead cat bounce, which is what it's trying to be right now. So I don't particularly care for it. But we also have, let me just do this real quick. Ethereum daily. Like I said, this is what I was telling you guys earlier in the week that I was looking for. I was looking for a lower low than this low. And we actually got it, it looks like. Did we get it? Or did we just create equal lows? Looks like. Oh, it just barely swept it. Woo, is that enough? I don't know. I don't know if that's enough. So the reason why I'm looking at this is because if Bitcoin puts in a higher low, which I think it's, I just think it's going to come down at least, take out these internal lows in here. We get what is called SMT divergence, which is when two highly correlated assets like Bitcoin and Ethereum diverge at major swing levels. What's this poll looking like? 15 votes. 67% of you say you love Trump tariffs. 33% say you hate them. Kind of surprised. Kind of surprised it was that much. Is that an Elon shirt? No. It is a NASA shirt. Okay. It was NASA. NASA was cool before Elon made it cringe. Okay. And we got this lower low. So your SMT divergence is when two highly correlated assets diverge in their price action at major swing levels. Okay, like this and this. So Bitcoin puts in a higher low, which if Bitcoin pulls down lower than its current local low in here, that would theoretically make Ethereum create that lower low, which then gives us the SMT divergence, bullish divergence. If we can get that, then I mean, I was talking about this a few days ago. This is what I was looking for. If we can get this, then I think that's what we need. That'll be good. If it bounces. We gotta get that bounce. Oh yeah. All right, guys, it's been a wild, wild week as expected. Just be sure to be safe tomorrow. Am expecting those ADP numbers, farm roll numbers to shake the markets up a little bit, or at least get the markets moving. We'll have to see how Bitcoin and the markets react tomorrow, and see if we can get a big move to the downside, and then get a nice wick to the downside. If we can get a nice wick to the downside and pop back up and get a small red candle or a small green candle or a big green candle, one of those three, and then over the weekend at least hold that level or go a little higher, then I think we could be fine. It is FOMO Friday. We always end FOMO Friday in epic fashion. But before I get into that, don't forget to join Piper Academy Discord. Link is in the chat, pinned in the chat. Join the Piper Academy Discord. If you're watching this on playback, it's in the description. You get access to the members stuff in the Discord with just the $5 YouTube membership. That's all you need to get access to a bunch of high quality information in the Discord, brought to you by Army Piper and BC Poor Corp and just everybody that's in there. So check that out. Don't forget to check out NordVPN and Blowfin and Chart Prime. Shout out to all of them. And yeah, don't forget, it's the weekend. Oh yeah, be safe tomorrow. Trade safe. Use a stop loss. Use proper risk management. And well, let's try to make some money. Have a great weekend. Make sure you go out and touch some grass. I'm going to request that you give someone a compliment tomorrow and try to make someone's day. If someone needs some help with something, just help them. Just help them. You know, just do what you can to try and make someone's life a little better and a little easier. And just be a little more, try to serve others if you don't already. Even if you do, just keep it up. Kindness is the way, and never forget, you control your own happiness. Don't let anyone else control your happiness. You can control your response to others in the way that they treat you. You can either react in a negative way, or you can react in a positive, healthy way. Negative and toxic, or positive and healthy. Try to be positive and healthy to the best of your abilities. I know sometimes that can be difficult with people in the outside world, but even people in the inside world, but kindness kills, and nothing messes up someone that disrespects you more than kindness. So, but yeah, choose happiness always, and kindness. And yeah, Dusty Hunt, I see you. Mad love, Jesus Barake, mad love. Guys, it's that time. We're gonna do it. I don't know if it's gonna work, but we'll see. Let's chant to the moon gods. Oh, moon gods. Oh, moon gods. Please make it rain the gains. Please make it rain the gains. Oh, moon gods, give us green candles. All we've got is a prayer, because the macro sucks. We just want the moon. That's all we want from you. So please give us the moon. Please give us the moon. The end. God bless you, everybody. I hope you all have an amazing, beautiful, wonderful, radical Friday and weekend. I will see you all on Sunday, if not sooner. We'll see. But I absolutely love each and every single one of you guys. Don't forget to hit that like button on your way out. Subscribe to the channel if you are new, and hit that notification bell to be notified whenever we create new content or we go live. Thank you all once again. I hope you all have an amazing, beautiful, wonderful, radical sleep. And I'll catch you all later. Mad love. Peace out. Good night. Bye.
Welcome to the night where we light up the spark. We're trading crypto, finance, you'll be mad on the charts. Hosted by the one, Lunar Beaches top shark. Dive deep into the numbers cause this ain't no lark. We're crunching all the data, making money moves fast. From Wall Street to the blockchain, making predictions last. Community together in this financial blast. Markets after dollar shatter ceilings made of glass. Mad on the charts with Lunar's bright lights. Crypto markets soaring through the night. Follow the trends, see future in sight. It's markets after dark, live financial flight. From Bitcoin to Ethereum, we're mapping the road. Stock tips and insights, secrets ready to unload. Trading strategies, sharp on knowledge be showed. Let Lunar Beaches guide you to the mother lode. Economic loops and the way the dollar flows. Community vibes where everybody grows. Analyzing trends while the world lays low. Markets after dark where only brilliance shows. Hit that subscribe and join the ride. In the world of finance where fortunes collide. Lunar's path will be your guide. Through the market storm or the market tide. The charts with Lunar's bright light. Crypto markets soaring through the night. From crypto markets soaring fast. Markets after dollar shatter ceilings made of glass. Mad on the charts with Lunar's bright light. Crypto markets soaring through the night. Follow the trends, see the future in sight. It's markets after dark, the financial flight. From Bitcoin to Ethereum, we're mapping the road. Stock tips and insights, secrets ready to unload. Trading strategies, sharp on knowledge be shown. Let Lunar Beaches guide you to the